Seen this funny video of a cat running through a baseball stadium, and everyone's just like so enraptured with this cat. Oh, this cat's a little fucking asshole. Hold on. All right. What lessons have you learned? What? That's it? No, I could have sworn we learned something else. All right. I did some off-stream gaming. We have a problem. I think one of our altars is about to leave. But we also need to activate this next thing so we can leave. All right.
Should I do this now? Can't get rid of you.
Oh, shut up. What was it, him? Yeah, fuck him. He's no longer one of my favorites. Now it's a doctor by default. Doctor, botanist, scientist. Because technician, he got so mad like, as a matter of fact, I found out he was going to leave regardless. So what happened on our stream was the sheep we created died. She dropped dead. Turns out when we use Rapidium to speed boost brain's development to get them to be full grown, it's causing some kind of brain aneurysm or like a film to grow over the brain, and they dropped dead. So we had two choices. Either create a brain dead altar, like go as far back in the earliest memories and don't change anything, and create a brain dead, unself-aware, unsentient human body, which we could scrape the brains out and use it into making a cure. But then they started bringing up ethics and morals. So then we had a second choice. Go behind the corporation's back, or like Maxwell's back, or contacting the corporation, call our ex-wife, get her science team to first know the fact that we created altars, which was a secret up to this point. And then she said, hey, you gotta create these implants. The catch? These implants were a project that they were going to use for convicts to control their behavior so they don't, relapse into the criminal life. You put this into the altars, the corporation is going to know about them. So I didn't like the idea of doing the brain harvesting. Most of the people didn't either. But this guy apparently gets mad either way. He'd rather we just fucking die. So I chose the one that the most people were happiest with. Try to go utilitarian with it. What brings the most happiness to the most people? Implant chips. So now he's mad. There's no way to get him back, and I think he's about to like leave, which means you're gonna leave. You're gonna die out there on your own, stupid bitch. But that's the way he wants to be it. So be it. So be it. I don't want to talk to you, technician. Yawn technician. You're no longer a yawn. You're just a technician. Bitch. Okay, this one. I think I have to go to the left one. Because I looked it up. Cause I was doing this offline. I couldn't do it in time before the day ran out. It says go to the original one that you put down and then start it up. I had gone to this one originally because it was purple, and I'm like, all right, I'll go there. No options. So let me go up to the left one, which is just down and around, up, up, up. Oh wait, no, I don't want to waste battery power. Gotta go the shortest way. Yeah. I'm really liking this game. I did not expect to be so enwrapped with it. Like, I was sold when I saw the reveal trailer, and I was like, that's a cool concept. Total sold. And I forgot, it's the same people that made Frostpunk and This War of Mine. I'm a huge This War of Mine fan. Love that game. Love it. And this is kind of the same thing. Sort of. A little bit more control. Alright. And one more. Pew! Okay, so it was this thing. Yeah, sorry. The sun rises in 19 hours. We literally don't have any time, and I didn't build a technician. Sorry. Sounds like something I'm gonna have to do in another playthrough. Yeah, we came to this gravity well. All these lines are showing on the graph like the arc of the gravity. You can see how it goes normal, and then the gravity starts bending.
We can get out of here.
This is where he goes. I quit. What? Why would you do that? He's such a scumfuck. What a bitch.
Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything? Please.
Yeah, I'm Yon Prime.
What next? You can ask me about my name and role in this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Careful.
It's okay, I'll be below.
Yeah. Yes. And it looks like he'd been planning this for some time now. Repairing the tour vehicle while you were in
Oh, that's why.
with stolen supplies. And then when the time came, he just took off. No. That blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating.
Jeez.
Luckily, we had
that was a high fall too.
Well, at least
I'm guessing I
thought
fell
that would work.
down the
But
way
after
it
the
came up, not
injection,
over the
you
edge.
just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adricol. Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena.
No!
Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin. You. Yes.
Are we gonna have to clone
Fortunately,
another
all of this
technician?
happened before we got lost. And
I guess so. He's not
technicians
gonna
died.
be the same guy. Maybe the same kind of attitude.
Did you tell her about everything that happened here? Why shouldn't I? She wanted to know what's going on, and you were flatlining. There was no time for playing kiddie games. Shit. Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost.
Wait,
We're
what?
lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure.
Oh
and
my
supplies are
god. This
critical.
happens every journey so far
It's
when we hit the magnetic storm
been
part and
quite
we're
intense.
fighting for our lives keeping rad barriers up. Please tell me there's not a single shred of good news. How much supplies did he take? I had a shit ton of metal. There was a fair amount of organic left over. Not a lot of rupidium, but we had a little bit of each. Food.
Is there no good news at all? I mean, we're closer to the finish line, right? We just need to figure out how to get out of... Sure. Easy as that. Just... With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck
And
here.
we were
for good.
the sunrise was just a
We
day
need to
behind
stop
us.
drifting aimlessly. Pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice. Flawless. I'm glad you see the problem. Oh, and one more thing. What is it? Tabula rasa. While I was busy tending to you, he missed his dose of sedative and...
Oh no.
Well, he woke up. So, don't be surprised to find him rummaging for food in the kitchen or making. He's like everything at the moment. Okay, I was hoping things would change when... But I suppose...
I suppose it's gonna be more than that.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do? Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet. Bullet? What bullet? I didn't want to stress you immediately
Oh
after
my
you woke
God.
up, but... there
This dude is
something
just telling me nothing but bad news.
Some messages in the comms room from before. Okay, just...
It's just I'm reading it faster than they're talking. Fuck. Okay, we still have some of our shit. Wait, hold on a second. No, this is... why did I... I'm such an idiot. I should have just stuck to one decision or the other. Now I got this fucking clone who is not brain dead. He's just a blank slate. Fuck. Is he able to talk? Hold on.
Hello there?
Yeah, I figured.
Do you know who you are? Your name? Do you know your name? Jan. Yeah. Me? Jan. You? Jan. Jan. Yeah, great. Jan. This'll be fun.
He's just gonna be yawn, yawn. Awareness. I mean, sure, an unforeseen byproduct of us in our choices. I could have not. Could have doubled down on the implants. I just wanted to do the tabula rasa because I didn't know what the option was for like another couple of days at the point. So Doctor says, scientists said, buying this looks a little whatever. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, we can't do anything right now.
This is a message for Jan Dolsky, corporate ID 4672B. My name is Agatha Wilson, and I am the Chief Operating Officer at Ally Corp, your employer. I have received some very unfortunate news about your mission. I do hope you realize it is vital that we speak without delay, so as to clear up any possible misunderstandings. Otherwise, the board will have to qualify your actions as purposefully subversive. I cannot keep them hoping it is not the case for much longer. Please don't let me down.
Guess Maxwell got the boot.
Get back to me immediately.
What the fuck, Jan? What the fuck? They know everything. The board. But I thought we were... I thought we had each other's backs.
Not really.
Deep shit you got, Maxwell.
You were constantly like, Rapidium. Don't forget the Rapidium. Like, fuck off.
Without any warning after everything he's done for you? Me. This is my last call. They've decided to cut me off. I won't be able to talk to anyone, do anything. Not until someone comes for me. All I do is sit here in this tin can and wait. Well done, bro. You know, I thought you'd have the guts to face me, but no. At least... I hope at least you don't fuck things up with Rubidium, and that you bring enough for those bastards to share with others. But maybe I'm naive to think you care about such things.
Bro, like, holy shit. These people are literally, like, fucking bugging the fuck out, like, that I'm trying to fight to survive and not focus on the corporate interests.
Jan, I called and... shit. One of those altars of yours picked up. I know you're recovering from a fight or something? I don't know much more. He was unnerving. This is strange. Look, I know I promised to keep your altars a secret, but I talked to Vin. Dr. Paulson, the colleague I told you, was helping me out with those implants for you. And he convinced me that it would be a big mistake not to tell anybody. Out there, it might seem like you're making the right decisions, but from the outside, I mean, it's not looking good. Is it true that some of them went rogue and sabotaged your mission? I mean, shit. Are they dangerous? Maybe curing them was not such a good idea after all. I don't know. I'm really confused right now.
Find me when you're done with those calls.
You know, the people in The Martian were a lot more understanding, but he also didn't have to deal with this level of bullshit. Where are you?
The refinery is such a weird place, don't you think?
Do those squats, Doctor. We'll build a gym.
So, you stayed. I appreciate that. And you're awake, at last. You'd better think of something quick. We're nowhere near finding our way out of this sandstorm.
So wait, like, I mean, I guess I'm captain. They didn't have any authorization to, like, change course or anything. But still.
It's a relief to see you stayed. Of course. I'm not afraid of being exposed to the corporation. But I am concerned about the raging storm outside. Nothing's working, Jan. Why are we even here?
Why are we here? To suffer? Alright, Jan scientist. What's up? What a, yeah, literally,
Looks like
what a
the mess
fucking
is bigger
mess.
than I thought. Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan? The plan is simple. We need to get out of this sandstorm and reach the rendezvous point. I just don't really know how. Not yet. I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. He knew that navigation system inside out. We'll be fine without him. That's what I'm counting on. Because we can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives.
So wait, if I
You've
make
decided
more
to
altars,
trust
do
the
I have
corporation. We
to
implanted
make
their
more
tech
plants?
in our
Like
heads,
implants?
losing a part of the team in the process. I'd hate to know it was all for nothing. I did what I thought was right. Using tabula rasa was not an option, but it looks like doing right by your conscience doesn't always mean doing right by others. I'm sorry.
He was really a
wish
piece of shit
we
because
could've
we had
done
2
better.
options and he was
As your
still like
captain.
unhappy. Like,
No
get
need
the
to
fuck
blame
over it.
yourself.
And
Apparently
now he's
there
gonna fucking
was
die out there.
No way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No. It was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role. You're right. It's kind of liberating, knowing that there was simply no way to be good at this. This actually got me thinking about something. What? That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC. His old experiment.
Mm-hmm.
He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person. You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that. Oh, I agree, it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way. Why don't we try it on someone else, then? Another altar. Oh, I hope you're not serious. You're experimenting on versions of yourself is exactly what led to this.
No, what
I
the
think it's time
fuck?
you proved you're
What
ready to
else
take
could
a
I
fall
do?
for us. Maybe it is.
What
What's the
the
plan?
fuck? I'm the one leading this and out there all the
Hard to
time.
call it a plan.
Yo,
Just
some of them are acting
Go into
so
the womb,
fucking
unplug you
annoying.
in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise. Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards. Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base.
And Tabula Rasa's just there with a bag of chips or something.
All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words?
Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about
You can turn it on. Okay. What the fuck?
Is it over? Hello? Anybody here? The base has stopped. I should check outside.
The fuck?
Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell?
What the fuck? Interlude? What the shit? What's that over there?
Hey, someone's there. Wait.
Clearly not a person, dummy.
Am I losing my mind? Damn it. What was that? Hey, is that a baby?
What the
What's
fuck?
going on here?
Death Stranding type shit.
I recognize this.
Is this us like slowly reconstructing our memory line? Because the earliest memory we have was like blurry, faded memories from our childhood.
Hear that? No good!
I did not even see that person.
Mom,
What the fuck?
no matter what I do, you're gone.
Maybe you should have run faster.
What the hell? What is all this? What's going on?
Relax. I can explain everything.
Is he like
Are
a blank
you-
slate yawn? The
Yes.
potential of every yawn?
I am you.
Is this a dream?
No, Jan. You just woke up. Remember?
Where am I? Still in the base or somewhere else?
You're right here. Where else would you be? The better question is, why are you here?
I need to unlock. I was just thinking that would be a cool superpower to be able to like alter your memories into different versions of yourself, and then you get to like live those lives in an instant, and you get all the skills of it. Kind of like Resurrection Man, when whatever kills him, he gets the power. Like he bursts to death, he comes back with fire powers. In the new miniseries, he died of old age, so now he's immortal. Shit like that.
I wanted to change things. Become a better man. Someone who knows what to do.
A better man. You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that?
I'm not my father.
Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything.
That's not true. I wasn't waiting for anything. I took matters into my own hands.
Do you really believe that? That you're the architect of your own fate? What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than
Are we getting meta?
just an illusion? It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship? Or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? My choices are real. My altars are proof of that.
Jeez. Yeah, why are you doing that?
Hey,
Why are you
why are
doing
you
that?
doing that?
Cut it
Cut
out.
it out.
I'm
It was like the
sorry.
movie we watched earlier.
I
The,
couldn't help
the,
myself.
the Chris and Jack video.
You haven't been listening carefully. I told you. I'm you.
So why are you
It breaks
hairless?
my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole what if business.
Is it something to do with the
Using your
interval
altars to revisit problems you
in
couldn't
the
solve. You've been very
alternate
busy.
universe shit?
But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past.
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a
If.
different path.
If.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Is that you?
It's a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other. I tried.
What is going on with me?
It's over.
You can jump that.
Don't go. Wait.
I guess you two
Boy,
just
we are
weren't meant
tripping
to be
out.
together.
You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I'm moving forward.
Yes. To stop short on the wrong side of a precipice. Can't you see that you never were good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job in a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents would
Fine, as
respect
Jan
you?
did.
Just look at your altars. Don't you think any one of them would impress her more than the average warring Jan Dolsky?
She fell in love with the person I was, not with who I could have been.
Love. Such a big word. Was it real love, though? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan?
I've been wondering
There
this
had
whole
to be
time
someone else.
if I'm actually
A
like
version of you who
the
actually
first altar
deserved to
or
live,
something,
to be loved.
like the first perfected
He
one, maybe
always
making it into
wanted to be, because He
situation.
never made
fucked him up.
mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
That's cruel. Why are you doing this?
Me? Jan. Didn't I already tell you that I'm you? Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Some pretty dark shit.
Hey,
What the hell?
please, don't go!
He's like 100 feet tall. Oh, there's more of them.
What the fuck? No.
What
Where are
the
you going?
fuck?
Hey, you.
Oh no. They got garbage.
Losers!
So are we gonna be able to like flip our personality and skills in the fly? Oh shit. Oh, are we gonna find the potential in ourselves? Oh, is this what's happening? We're gonna find the possible timeline within our
I can't
choices
help you. I'm
to be
sorry.
the captain, where we can
They were
finally
dead
be
before you
like
got to them.
in a better position.
Why did I survive, not any one of them?
Someone had to.
All this time, and I still don't
It's
understand
just
what
so
happened.
weird. I think there's something we're not
I'm
knowing.
sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me.
Let's see if there's any that I thought of. Okay, so it's not. I don't know. The thing is, I thought Maxwell was in charge, or at least like a CEO with like a lot of stockholder pressure on him, where he wasn't really like in charge. Just kind of like, listen, just give me one more chance. I can turn profits up. Like kind of whatever. I don't know.
I think the corporation is up to something. Maybe they're secretly sabotaging missions that land on planets with Rapidium.
What would they do that for?
Well, maybe they have more interest in searching for Rapidium than actually finding it. They're doing great business on these missions, getting government funding and bringing back all sorts of resources. Solving the hunger problem isn't really anything they'd be interested in.
I don't think you really believe that. You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened.
Don't say that I did
The
on
answers
purpose.
were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you
Either
preferred to look away.
I'm an alter and this was
What answers? What are you talking
either
about?
I sabotaged it on purpose
You know
or
there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
To optimize decisions.
That's right. Its role is to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should
maybe he
receive
was
that
giving it to the
life-saving
person
breath.
who had the most potential.
No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple
Who has the most
question.
potential or who's achieved the
Who had
least?
the biggest chances of completing the mission?
And it was.
Yes. The math pointed to you,
How do you know all this?
because you know it. You always did. But you were so focused on your mistakes.
I was busy making tough decisions and figuring out how to avoid
Yeah,
bad choices.
like
What is
panicking
a
to keep us
bad
alive,
choice,
trying to figure
really?
out like the best way to get out of the
You feel
situation.
you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change, but your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too.
What is that like sound that keeps happening every few seconds?
And they're not mistakes anymore, are they?
My point exactly.
Still, I lost a part of my team.
One guy.
Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths.
What do you mean?
Find and follow your disobedient side. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light.
Light? What light? Hey.
Huh. This is taking such a weird turn that I was not expecting.
Finally, he woke up.
How long was I out? A couple seconds. If he says a couple seconds, I'm gonna bug the fuck out.
Looks like I'm back. It does. And well, you're cognizant.
Only an hour.
You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program. No. I think you did everything right. So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
What, was I supposed to grow a fucking beard or alter my fucking face or something?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. Just not the way I expected. So, what happened?
Jay Schlatt. I know what it is. I'm blanking on it. Tip of my tongue. Wow.
I understood.
You just went through a pretty pivotal
things I sort of knew, but my brain
episode
kept
of
hidden from me for
self-reflection
some
and
reason.
discovery. Self-discovery.
It's called the subconscious, Jan. Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I missed.
This has been a very good
It
game.
was very comforting.
Hold on, I'll explain in a
I'm
second.
sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here? Yeah. We should look for the technician. The technician?
Why can't we just...
Do you really believe he's still alive?
Why can't we just make another one? Okay, so I will explain it in the best way. This game is essentially, we are the sole survivor of a mission gone wrong, coming to this planet, searching for this material called Rapidium. And as a sole survivor, we were put in a situation where we have this giant lab. It's a mobile lab. It's basically a giant wheel with like halves. You ever played the game, this War of Mine? The war that's based like you're in a war-stricken city, and you have to scavenge at night for supplies, and you have to like build rooms, like in Fallout shelters to, you know, survive for however long. Build ammo, build your defenses, beds, and all that. It's the same studio. Basically, this giant laboratory that houses our food, our beds, and everything. It was meant to be run by a crew of people with different specialties, different jobs. My guy was a generic role. He was just like maintenance, like the janitor, like whatever. So, we are 3D printing clones of ourselves while also using a quantum computer to go into our memories and make different decisions in our lives that the quantum computer will then generate the most probable life that we would have lived. Like basically at one point we saw a woman get mugged in the alley. Our prime character didn't intervene because he was too scared to jump in. The alternate choice was that he did jump in, and because he jumped in, it changed his life trajectory, and he ended up becoming a doctor. Another one, we had a choice to go with our wife abroad to her new job, even though we were down out of our luck and uh, very self-aware that we were not providing as much, or convince her not to take the job and double down on you finding a job. The Prime character, he forced her to stay or convinced her to stay. Job didn't work out. Marriage fell apart. When we went with her, we settled in the fact that we were just a stay-at-home husband most of the time, working odd jobs, and we became a botanist because we had a lot more time to grow a garden. So we're basically just creating different alters of ourselves to alternates to create different roles to be fulfilled. Now with that comes the fact that different personalities will arise. Most of us ended up in a divorced marriage. The botanist is the only one to stay in that marriage. So he looks at us as if we failed this great woman. But the rest of us are also looking at him with envy that he still has that marriage. So there are going to be different clashing personalities. This guy, the scientist, he didn't stay at home to be with mom when she was dying with cancer. He went to college and left behind his abusive dad and devoted himself to become a scientist. Is there a universe? It's not even that there's different universes. We're creating universes in their heads. They have the full memory of everything. They're just being born in our timeline. To them, it's just as real. They're just waking up in another timeline from their POV. We already had a guy, the first one we created, the technician, which was born out of a choice of standing up to our dad and not going off to college. He became a mechanic and learned how to, do more technical stuff. He left because we had to do a very tough choice, which apparently I had the choice we made. He leaves. But the choice I made kept the most people, and he was the only one that left. So, yeah. It's very similar to The Martian in the prospect that he's stuck on a planet. Also, the planet, it's nighttime is like a couple weeks. But the sun is so dangerous because the planet is getting really close to the sun, and we're actually getting pretty close to the sun tearing the planet apart, that we are being chased by the sunlight. Like every time we stop the wheel because there's an obstacle in our way, or we need to figure out some kind of problem with science, because this planet has a lot of weird gravity issues, there's severe radiation, magnet storms, little portals to possible alternate dimensions. So every time we stop, we usually have like a couple weeks to figure it out. Once the sun hits us, at least we hit sunrise, we're dead. Also, there's rebellion. If we don't keep them happy or satisfy some of their objectives, they're going to be arguing, and one's going to be like, pick a side. Either make us work 12-hour shifts or give us the next day off. And you have to complete the objective or you lose them. I already died one time because they rebelled, and the image was me sleeping and just the shadows of them standing over me. So they probably beat me to death in my sleep. So yeah, it's been very complicated. We're on the third act now, or about to be. We just hit an interlude. And the technician attacked me when we were trying to get out of the second journey. Just the day before sunrise, cutting it close, 19 hours. And he took a vehicle and ran off, and we just had a vision of self-discovery, trying to alter my own memory, because we're supposed to create a clone with altered memories, but we were like, you're going to have to alter your own memories and see if you can come up with a way, because you are not meant to be captain, but you're going to have to find that captain in you, because in all the alternate decisions, none of us become captains. You were just never meant to be a captain. Well, our subconscious said, we need to find a technician. He will help us, because we've been stuck in a sandstorm. The lab's been going in circles, and if we don't hurry up, sunlight's going to hit us and we'll die.
My subconscious seems to believe it.
So yeah, this is The Martian. It's directed by... It's The Martian and Mickey 17, directed by Christopher Nolan.
Something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you? The light? Seriously?
From his perspective, crazy. In his memories, since he devoted himself to science, and even though it strained his marriage and whatever, because he was so work obsessed, he created technologies that in his timeline were so pivotal to the space exploration. But we don't have that technology because we didn't become a scientist. he remembers all of his discovery,
Wait a
yet
minute.
the technology doesn't exist.
What?
So he's been actually been slowly
me.
trying to recreate his
Low
technology
frequency
because it was very
electromagnetic waves
influential
detection.
into the space exploration
Oh, now you're
to the point where he
confusing
was
me.
about to get like Nobel prizes. He was about to become a very
Yeah, the
famous
navigation
scientist.
system. It can be switched into an auxiliary
And now I got
mode
snatched from him
tracing
because
any
that wasn't real world.
interferences in
It's just in his
electromagnetic
head.
wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it and follow it. Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm and the turf vehicle is not too far away,
So this guy really fixed that
it could be
vehicle up.
worth a try.
Because when we found it out there, he was
Your
like, yeah, I just
subconscious
like playing
might
with like tools. I need something to
actually
stress
be a
me out.
genius.
Turns out he was just fixing it up to like
You
escape
never
with
doubted that, did
supplies.
you?
But if he found a way to actually get through, you got a long, hard talk with yourself about your past choices. Looking for a way out of a blind alley, you learned that instead of trying to be perfect, you can accept the decisions you regret and open up to wherever you lead you. This game also takes into effect that you are probably going to reload, because you get a save every day when you wake up, that you were going to reload a few days and try to do stuff. So you mark your choices so you can know what you've already made. Kind of encouraging somewhat multiple playthroughs in a single playthrough, but I think some saves you can only quick load from the game, and the others you have to like back out all the way to the main menu, and some are like locked where you can't load it at a certain point, I think. So it kind of keeps you moving forward, or at least encouraging you to try to like move forward. No, I did not beat Andy Serkis yet. I'm gonna get on that tonight. He's really hard. That second phase is just ridiculous. I honestly may just fucking play it off stream, and then when I know like victories in hand, like I'm about to deliver fire and blow, I'll jump on the stream, we'll all gloat and yell at him and call him a bitch, and then I'll beat it and see the final cutscene, and then I'll jump on something like him after. Lessons learned. These are different lessons. The bottom one is we learned how to be more assertive. Since the technician version of us was the more assertive one, he taught us how to be assertive. So we gained that assertiveness from him. But yeah, we're all named Jan. I'm Jan Dolsky, or I call myself Jan Prime, and we are all they're all named after the job. Jan Scientist, Jan Botanist, Jan Doctor, and Tabula Rasa is a long story, but he has no. He basically has the brain of a baby. He was supposed to be a sacrifice. We grew him just so we can harvest his brain to cure the clones having a brain disorder, which is why that technician left. It was either scooping this guy's brains and making a cure from it, which everyone was freaked out about except the scientists. The technician said it would be like eating his brother's brain, or create these implant chips that were developed in cooperation with the prisons to be able to put them in convicts' heads to regulate their behavior, but it would also expose itself to the corporation. There's also been the whole corporation side of it. A scientist was telling us to keep it on the low and work with him and not tell people to be altered. Our ex-wife was part of the medical division and wanted to know. And now since we revealed ourselves and got outside help, that scientist got canned, his assistant got canned, and now the CEO is in direct contact telling us that like we're in potential breach of like corporate policy, and we basically been committing illegal acts. Cloning is probably still illegal or not even fully regulated. So we're in big trouble, and these clones basically may not even get to live lives. They may get euthanized. We chose the implant because I feel like, yeah, the guy woke up. He wasn't supposed to even wake up. But he woke up and he has consciousness. He just can't talk because we created a version of ourselves that we didn't make any alternate choices. We just made a blank slate brain. Jan Podcaster? Haha. Here, I'll even show you. This is the quantum computer. Oh wait, I found another Q-chip. Wait. Where's my qubit? Fucking shit. Oh, I think when I reloaded, I didn't pick up the Q-chip. Ah! Fuck. Okay. But anyway, yeah, look, see? We made it from a blank slate. Our earliest memory, childhood memories, distant, blurry. We had an abusive father, a mom that was really passive but always did her best to keep us safe from him. and then turning a blind eye, the main choice that we did, jumping in, creating a doctor. And see, there are other this is the doctor's lifespan. But look, at one point, we could have either held our Hippocratic oath and not give our mother preferential treatment and treat her equally as anyone else, or betray our oath and give her treatment. The doctor broke his oath and gave her treatment, and our mentor was very disappointed because the Hippocratic oath was very important to him. But if we did keep the oath and did give her preferential treatment, even though she was dying from cancer, it would have changed the doctor path and put us on the path of a shrink, which the shrink would comfort anyone that's having like deep emotional problems from the stress of working in this environment. We can create a refiner who worked in a refinery, or create another one that's more of a worker. This is a scientist. Botanist split off later in life, so he's like the most like us. The only difference is that he committed more to himself to his wife and trusted in her promotion. This one, we can create a guard to discipline anyone, a miner, because our dad tried to give us a job as like a way to make sorry, and we said, nah, fuck that, hate him. But the alternate choice would have been to take it just so we can help get money to pay for mom's medicine. So yeah, there's a lot of... I think I started Citizen Sleeper at some point. I never got fully into it, but yeah. I still have, what's that game? The one that you wanted me to play. I'm blanking on it. I'm blanking on it. It's like that kind of the detective noir game. I said I had it installed on PlayStation. You told me to play it a long time ago. Yeah. Also, this is the Disco Elysium. Yes. There you go. It was on the tip of my tongue. I had the thumbnail of the game right in my head. It was just a blank space where the name was. But yeah, this is the lab. We can increase it to be bigger to build more. Oh, you want to see something cool? Yeah, in these interims between when the wheel's moving, we can't build much or anything, so we're not on a time crunch like when we're still. So we have the kitchen area. We got the greenhouse here. I figured put the greenhouse next to the kitchen so you can walk the food right into the kitchen. This is where we get 3D printed. We had a pet sheep named Molly, but she was the first casualty from the brain disorder that made us realize that the alters were in danger of dying of sudden brain aneurysms. But look! So every once in a while, like the first time we stopped is because there was a river of lava that we had to figure out how to get across, and we had to build mining outposts, scavenge the area, learn about the abnormalities of like gravity and space. And there's like walls of gravity that suck our batteries clean. There's little spinning gravity wells that when you walk in, you're time dilated. Like the closer you are to the middle, the faster time outside the gravity wells spinning. Other shit. And basically you have to move forward before the sun rises. The closer you are to the sun, the higher radiation you get, but also the better loot, essentially, in terms of supplies and other things to build with. And then you move, and you're on the move, and then next time you sleep, another issue. The second issue was we had a giant gravity storm in front of us. Like, in front of us, the gravity just lost control and everything just shot upward. If we had drove into it, we would have shot directly up into space. So we had to find a way to normalize the gravity so we can go through, and that's when we got attacked. And then we went through the sandstorm, but then our ship started getting bombarded with radiation, and we didn't have a technician to help repair and navigate the systems with, so we've been going in circles. I mean, this war of mine, if you ever heard of it, it's more in this view, and you zoom in and you move side to side, you build, you scavenge, and then at night you would pick a part of the city to go, and you would travel, and there would just be another view like this, where you're zooming in, you're like, oh, like, go this way, oh, scavenge that, or whatever. This is taking that, and then actually letting us move in a 3D way and actually leaving and moving out in a third person view. This is actually making me want to re-download this War of Mine. Look, we have all the time in the world since we're not on a time crunch. Technically on an infinite time. But yeah, look, we can play beer pong, which is actually pretty fun. We can watch movies, which I find from the wreckage of our luggage scattered around the planet. They're actually just Adult Swim type skits. Like, they've actually been very funny and quirky. Like, it literally looks like they're like, hey, it looks like they outsourced out Adult Swim and were like, hey, can you make like a few like fake parody movies, like Body Swap instead of Freaky Friday, Alien Among Us or Alien in Us or whatever instead of Among Us, like really goofy Adult Swim 2 a.m. type stuff. Yeah, it's the same studio as this War of Mine. I need to get back into it. I love that game. I like trying to do as long as I can, like the endless mode, to try to survive. It's hard when you have like 2 adults and 2 kids, and only one could go out to scavenge, one at night, and the 2 kids can't do anything at all except just eat and consume resources. I'm a few achievements away from 100%ing that game. Okay, so where am I supposed to be going? I'm yapping so much. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, change the navigation to follow the light. This studio also made Frostpunk, which I've always wanted to try. I just could never fully get into it. I was thinking that this guy literally just drove off to his death, because if he could, I don't know if those trucks, those TUR trucks, had the same capabilities as his wheel to like house them, create
Out of
food.
Storm. I don't want to be disproportionately enthusiastic, but it seems like our idea worked. Our idea. Yes.
I think this game is getting a few noms. At least some of like those niche
Should we be here? The exploration
nominations for games. Oh, I'm gonna also get water.
The rendezvous point. It can't be far.
Technically, I was supposed to have a few more altars. There was also a really cool music scene. Hello? It's just black screened. I fucking swear. If I have to fucking shut the game down, start over, it better start me from after our big hallucination and not from before. I'm not doing all that running. I hear this game has had a couple weird bugs. They had to do a big like 40 gig patch the other day for some of the shit. But there was a bug where I would send one of the altars to do a task, like, hey, go to the metals outpost and start mining metals. And it would show like where they are. It would be like, hey, they're in an elevator, now they're walking through machinery, now they're going through the kitchen, now they're in the airlock, now they're at the outpost. There was a bug where they kept saying they were in none module and they were nowhere to be seen on the map. Presumably, they fell through the fucking map. So I had to keep reloading days and making sure to check in the morning where they were and monitor where they were actively to make sure they didn't fall through the map. And if they did, I had to reload the day. Okay, so it started me right when it actually started. Don't have to go back. Okay, there's only 5 of us all together, but I think we need to build a couple more. Let's do... Alright. Assignments. Alright. Workshop. You're unable to work? So that's cool. Favorite game this year so far? Oof. I was actually thinking earlier about, like, what games have been so good? I mean, Expedition 33 is so fucking good. Doom Dark Ages. Do I have to say anymore? Hold on. What else has been out? I mean, I really liked South of Midnight that came out in April. I really wish Civilization 7 was better. I'm waiting for that to be patched up a bit more before I jump back in. I really wanted to like Atomfall more. That already has like a story DLC coming out, so I guess that game's still going on. Split Fiction I really like, but I haven't finished it yet. I mean, hell, even fucking the Oblivion remaster has been like so good. I've been playing that on and off offline. Alright, you know what? Sorry, Doctor, you're gonna have to do it, because for some reason the idea of just creating another technician, he's not gonna have the same memories, so he's not gonna have the same fucking attitude. You know who came in here the other day? Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. Why am I blanking on his name? The other dude that used to come in here all the time when you and Ghost used to first come in here. Oh yeah, was it Nathan? He was in here a couple weeks ago for like the first time in like months. Oh god. Shadow Colossus was like late last year. Was it earlier this year? Can't really call it like one of the favorite games of the year. Hold on. Daft Cloud. That's what it was. He came in out of nowhere a couple weeks ago, and he was just saying like, yeah, it's time for his like biannual visit. And I was like, dude, you're coming in when no one else is here. And he was like, oh man. Like, yeah, it was so crazy when he came in out of nowhere. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no. We're in fucking Caelid from Elden Ring. A lot of water. Yeah, see, we're not like in this war of mine where we're just stuck in a side view map, always in dilapidated buildings and shit. Not me on foot. No anomaly so far.
Looks like we're running out of repair kits, you know?
Then go. Young scientist, can you please start working on that shit so we can have more repair kits? Rupidium's good. I'm gonna need a lot more to clone a bunch more. We need a regiment. I'm gonna build a contemplation room and then create a therapist and a guard so that way we can keep people's emotions under check. We don't have any future rebellions. gonna get more miners and workers so we can
Tire
get
tracks.
more shit efficiently.
It must be the tour vehicle.
Oh, yep.
At least
Oh,
I know
there's one
which
of the
way
gravity
they
wells.
went.
Here, I'll just go to it so you can see. I have to get closer to the middle to destroy the ball. But look. Oh, wait, no, that's not a gravity, that's a battery wall. So walk through is gonna suck all my battery power. How come I can't? You're invisible, so I can't destroy you, but I thought it was the gravity well with the time dilation. That little distortion, that's good old rupidium. Help basically have things go through extraordinary lengths of time in a short period with rupidium. What we use to grow our brains to get it to be full grown 35. Which that's coming up soon, so I am gonna get it. And look, here we are, this anomaly with this little soccer ball in the middle. And we can use that to harvest metals and organics. There was I think that article was talking about how he's had some recent health issues that's making him think back and wonder about, like, damn, I am going to reach that point where I can't make every game I want to make. Like, what are some of the projects that I'm never going to be able to make at this point? Don't say that. They're going to find a way to put his brain in a machine. He's going to be able to still continue. Alright, whatever. It's up there. Ah, no, don't attack me! No! Contract! Thank you. Is it up there? Shit. Yeah, no, for real. He's proof that AI is never going to be able to create something as wacky as him in the fashion he does it. Years from now, they're going to look at him and be like, "You telling me he didn't make this game with AI? But this game is so random." It comes out August, the same day as the PlayStation port of Gears of War 1. Funny. Okay, where the fuck? I came here thinking... Oh, I don't know if you saw, they did some new Death Stranding gameplay or whatever recently, and they showed that there's going to be a second character in the game that is Kojima's copyright safe version of Solid Snake. There's the scene with him putting a bandana on, wearing very similar gear to Snake. But it's like, it's Snake, but it's not Snake. But yeah, it seems like we may have a couple parts of the game where we jump to his perspective or something. Oh no!
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Jeez. Was concerned? Only he would be concerned that people are liking the game in the previews. Maybe he's like, but why do they like it? It's not even the full game. They should be outraged that I'm only letting them play like some of it. You know what? I now hate the concept of a demo. Like, I just love how fucking crazy he is. He's a cool dude. Ask me something only I will know. One of the two identical Peters is impossible. Time to come up with some more questions. Nah, that Among Us parody was real funny. It was like the most, it was the most, Adult Swim. What the fuck? Jeez. Fucking hell. I think it was also because he really released the game right at the pandemic when it would have been the most impactful in terms of like this feeling of isolation and how good it is to be in contact with people, you know, yada yada. So, wait a minute. Is the arrival of a new Death Stranding game coming right before another pandemic?
Those rocks are shaped like trees. What are they?
Whoa, what the fuck?
Holy fuck. What's happening to me?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yo, whoa, 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 whoa! Ah, fucking radiated metals. Shit. It was like the more I get to the middle, it gets more refracted. Paris. My boy, John Porter of the Portman Company. My name is Johnny Delivery Man. Oh my god, I got so much Alex course coming in. Okay, so I had to fucking shatter the fucking things refracting. What the fuck? That was such a trip. Every time we stop, something new and crazy happens. More anomalies, more danger. For a game without any combat, this game is fucking dangerous. Scout badge.
Would you look at that? I found my
Some of
Boy
these are
Scout
more
badge.
important to some altars than others.
No fierce ocelots.
Now we see an alternate version of this planet that has some weird fungi and stuff going around. John Metal Gear. You know, right now New York City is having a mayor election soon, and someone volunteered to take it upon themselves in the civil duty service of putting himself in the election as one of the many candidates that can join in.
Don't you think we're
This whole
running
thing
a
is
bit
that he's
low
painted
on
like a
food?
clown. basically John Balatro. He wants universal basic income for everyone, healthcare, and good times and vibes for everyone. I was like, I mean, I don't know. Sounds like he's getting my vote. You know, look at his campaign photo. He's wearing a suit, but he's got clown face too. Oh my god, get away from me! No! Ah, fuck it. Ah, shit. Get me out of here. I think you mean... Oh, time dilation. Oh shit, I need to get back to base. Shit. Friends. Yeah, maybe when I hit it big, I'll do like a secondary channel, like Avocado and Friends, and it'll be like me and my friends doing like jackass stunts. This is like Death Stranding. I told my boy in the first days of Death Stranding, he better let me know where all his ladders and stuff are hidden at, because I want to collaborate with him, let him know where all the best spots are. Like, yo man, I built a ladder over here to get up here, and then there's some rope that you can descend. I also did some zip lines. Now that Rapidium outpost will be powered. No, at first I really thought these were zip lines, but after I was like, oh wait, these are just cables. There are fast travel ones where you can, the outposts, you can fast travel to them too. But if you didn't want to fast travel there was like a specific spot you wanted to go to, you would have to build a travel post and then connect to the power. And then you can fast travel out there. Okay, did you guys do all the production I wanted to do? Okay, hold on. We have a lot of stuff for cooking meals. Good enough. That worked out. Suit battery, suit charge. I guess we're gonna have to do another implant. Oh shit. You just reminded me, I need to unlist or relist my old. So now that we finished GTA 4, Lost and Damned, and Balagate Tony, we wrapped that up. I'm gonna get back on GTA 5 and start making the Rockstar editor videos. We're gonna go back to the days of Machinima. It really sucks that Machinima never really took off. It only had those few years with like Red vs. Blue being like the biggest like Machinima series. Sun's far away. We've been here a day. At best guess, we have at least 2 weeks. of just before sunrise. 2 weeks before dawn. All right. Nope, wrong one. Calls available. All right, who am I calling? Well, Lucas and Maxwell are gone because I betrayed their trust and went behind their back to go to Lena. Or more so, I trusted the young botanist to use his knowledge of his marriage with her and his memories to appeal to her. And this motherfucker, being the softy cornball, spilled the beans and told her about the altars when we weren't supposed to. And then Jan Scientist talked to her more about the situation. So now the CEO is pretty pissed with us and is presumably gonna like have us press some charges for like misappropriating corporate materials and stuff.
Hello? This is Jan Dolsky.
Jan, you're alive. Well, thank goodness. We'd lost hope completely. Now, let's get you out of there. I want a full rundown of the situation.
There was a sandstorm and all kinds of trouble. But I'm back online, and I think I'm finally at my destination. Are you...
No, seriously.
in charge of the rescue now?
Yes, I am. Dr. Maxwell will not be a problem anymore. He's been discharged from his duties with immediate effect.
What about
Damn, I feel
Lucas?
bad.
Mr. Penn
I just felt like he was
reprehensible
being so
lack of
sketchy.
loyalty to his employer, and he will suffer the consequences. For the time being, we've cut all communications with his station. A replacement is on the way.
That's fucked. And now
course,
he's
it'd been
isolated
Maxwell's
on
close
some
associate
outpost
for a
in space
long
somewhere
time.
by himself.
We could have predicted that if one goes astray, the other would follow. In a way, I can imagine how dealing with both of them might have had a seductive effect on you. But personally, I have to say it breaks my heart that you let them pull you into that lunacy.
It wasn't really them pulling me into it, and more so that I needed to. I could have not gotten this far without my clones. And if I may speak freely, Agatha, horrible name by the way, you don't know what I've been through. But this does kind of take away from my theory that the original Jan that we've been playing is actually an alter, and this is all like an experiment from the real Jan, who is like, basically because we can't see their faces. Like, what's the point of having the screen with their profile picture there? Like, it kept making me think that these weren't real people, and that the dude Maxwell was like a version of Jan, or I don't know. Maybe the whole company is being run by Jans. So I thought I had something going on there, but it's seemingly looking like that's less and less the case. So
Maxwell saved my life. And without his help, there'd be no Rapidium for you to retrieve.
Let's leave those explanations, feasible or not, for later. The details of your mission will be subject to a thorough investigation, and I'm sure you'll get a chance to speak up for yourself. You should know, however, that Dr. Maxwell was trying to use you and the success of your mission to revive a regrettable procedure.
Really? Or maybe it was simply too unorthodox for the corporation?
No, of course. He probably presented himself to you as a benevolent protector of humanity. I'm sure he never told you the truth about why we shut down his hideous experiments.
He and Lucas shared a theory about it.
Let me guess. Was it a heart-wrenching tale of how the corporation didn't acknowledge a true genius?
Can you just tell me your
I'm Jan
version?
Solo. I'm Jan
It's not a
Solo.
version.
I'm Jan
It's what
Solo.
actually
Solo.
happened.
Solo.
Facts
I'm Jan
easily
Solo.
verifiable
I'm Jan
if you ever had the
Solo.
need to do it. Of course, the details of the case have never been
It's good to have you in here, son.
No wonder. It would make the company look very bad if it ever got out.
So what happened?
That's what I'm saying. Look, they're
One of Maxwell's
corporate
test
interests.
subjects, a soldier, ran away from his lab and committed suicide in one of our offices. Although
That's no
the
biggie.
word suicide
It would have
doesn't
been worse
quite
if he
give
jumped
the
out the
act
window and
proper
landed on
justice.
someone's car,
He
and then you guys refused to pay for that
basically
guy's car
ripped
damage.
himself to pieces with
Like
his
George
bare
and Seinfeld.
hands. People were watching. Security cameras caught it. Otherwise, I would never have believed it.
Ripped himself to pieces.
But why?
Exactly.
Judi Dench?
Why? Turns out there was a lot going on in Maxwell's lab we didn't know about.
You're just being racist
He
against
altered people's
elderly
minds as if they
English
were
women.
machines. Made them switch personalities, enforced inconsistent memories on them, only to erase them and try again. Every time, the procedure left a trace in those soldiers' minds. Left them more and more confused about who
he was
they
just
are.
raw dog editing his
documentation revealed
memories.
horrendous things.
He had so many
Records
conflicting
of
memories, he didn't know
overlapping
what the fuck
flashes
was
from
reality and what was...
contradictory realities.
Yeah,
Nightmares, panic attacks, identity disorders. None of it ever
But I feel
reported
like
by Maxwell.
he wasn't...
He
I
kept
feel
the
like maybe
truth
she's spinning
hidden
it. He
so
wasn't
that
doing
he
this
could continue
maliciously.
his
It was
work,
just a
no
byproduct
matter
of some
what
of
the
it. But they
cost.
kept pushing for more trials,
Driven by
and just
some
because he committed
irrational
suicide,
obsession
they then had to like throw him
enhance
under the
the
bus and
human
make it seem like
cognitive
he was just
system.
a rogue scientist being a madman. Judi Dench. Did I say Judy Smith before? I'm an idiot. Judi Dench.
Wait, so why the hell is he still working for you? Shouldn't he have faced trial for all that?
Of
Maggie
course he
Smith
should. In a
is
perfect
a
world.
McGonagall
But when the
actor.
stakes are high, nothing simple.
Maggie Smith and Judi Dench.
If you've spent years building a company's reputation, you cannot afford to lose it overnight because of one rogue individual. Trust me. The situation was handled with utmost delicacy. The veterans were placed in mental health institutions where they received professional help, and their families received fair compensation.
And Maxwell got demoted to mining ops.
Apparently, that was not enough to contain him. Given the first chance, he decided to resurrect his project without permission.
Word.
With you as his
Rest
unknowing
in peace, Maggie
assistant.
Smith.
Maybe if he had Rapidium, he could avoid harming people. He wanted to carry out his experiments by creating alters of a patient, instead of
fucking icon.
overriding a person's mind.
Alters. So that's what you call those copies of yourself you've created. It is a prohibited act, both by law and the rules of bioethics. But I know you were coaxed to do it. And whatever your true motives, it did help you secure Rapidium. That's why I am giving you a chance to redeem yourself. Forget about Maxwell. Wipe the slate clean. From now on, you're to follow my instructions closely. Mine and only mine. And we'll have no secrets from each other anymore. Do we have a deal?
Just get me out of here.
Yeah, bro, everyone keeps trying to make me do deals. I'm
need you to do
being
2 things.
coerced.
One, construct a beacon for the rescue ship so that they can locate you precisely.
And 2?
2 is a little more complicated. You see, the rescue team cannot find out about your alters, as you call them.
What? Why?
For safety reasons. You know how it is. The more pairs of eyes see them, the more mouths will need to be controlled. And if the public is to be informed about this byproduct of your mission, it is best that it happens by means of an official corporate communication channel. It's enough that your
that's
ex-wife
CCT.
knows. And now, also Dr. Paulson, it seems.
Paulson? Who is this guy anyway?
One of our top bioengineers. Don't ask me how Lena managed to get him involved in curing those
I mean,
creations
we
of
are
yours.
countless
I
light
never
years
asked
or
for
whatever
Don't
from
worry.
space, from
We'll
Earth.
keep them both out of
So,
the way during your trial.
you know,
But trust me, it's
it's
best
good
for
enough.
everyone if
I just
no
don't see the
more
point
people
of
find
having a
out.
screen if we can't
So?
see anything but fuzz.
You'll have to smuggle your alters onto the ship.
I
somehow.
think
How am I
our
supposed to
communicator
do
on the
that?
wheel
Remember,
has been busted
the
since we got
rescue
here.
team will
So
be
I
fully
think
committed
it
to
was supposed to be
retrieving
like a
Rapidium.
working screen.
They do not expect to find anyone other than you down there. So all you need to do is be smart about it and use their distraction to your advantage. Fail to fulfill those conditions and I cannot guarantee the safety of your companions.
Seriously?
I've received information about the time of the rescue ship's arrival. They will land just before the sun rises on your planet.
Wait, damn, I'm
It will
already
need to be a swift and well-organized boarding procedure.
close
I'll
to
contact you
finishing the
again
game.
shortly before they
Well,
arrive.
this war of mine was like
Start
that
with
too.
setting up that beacon.
The standard length was like
Let's make
40,
history
50
together,
days, and
Jan.
then, or 60 days, and then the war would end, and you would survive and start over, do new configurations. This one, we're on day 70, so maybe it'll be like an endless mode or something unlocked. Alright, what we got? Find the rebel space. You rebel scout. The doctor who can cook well because he did a lot of humanitarian work and soup kitchens. Workshop, kitchen. Workshop, kitchen. Let's see if we can make someone else. No, I'm Jan Janitor. Damn, I really... Like, I only make one more? This is available slots. I think I can only make one more. So you can only do one alteration. It's weird that we couldn't just re-clone them. I should know. Any other time, I would have just reloaded back a few days to get the other chip. Go through all that shenanigans with the interlude and whatever. Just so I can upgrade to the qubit level 4 so we can get another slot. Guess maybe we can find a Q chip somewhere around here. What the fuck is that? It looks like a little bed. Is that what it's asking me to do? Build another dormitory? Hold on. And you know what? I'm thing. Gonna be the same thing for minor? Yeah, it is. Well, oh well. But yeah, gotta do a lot more metal mining. Yeah, I don't want to force them to do crunch. That's rupidium. No, yeah, I'll start outside and then I gotta follow those tracks again. There we go. Okay. We went that way. Yeah, literally, like, it's called rupidium because it makes things go rapid. Where is it? Closer I am to the center. There you go. Look at that. An hour and a half passed by outside while we were inside for a few seconds. Bullshit. This is a mineral area. Dude, we have to go up. Yeah, it was probably like a big influence. Oh no! Probably a big influence in the game. Kojima putting a dedicated piss button in Death Stranding just proves people don't understand his genius. Oh my god, fuck off. It's still going that way? But I thought the minerals deposit was back there mainly. What the fuck? Ah, shit. Oh no! Fuck. I don't have battery power, I don't have organics to make it with. Shit, man. Am I about to fuck myself? Not even aliens, they're just overlaps of energy from other dimensions or something. Convoluted bullshit. You know these fucking nerds like saying words.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
lost like a whole hour and change. Shit, I am about to fucking die. But I found one of our suitcases, a book.
Where my stuff landed here?
Where can I find a Q-chip? Gas station. That's actually some diabolical work there. You know what? I'm here. Oh shit. So if my radiation level's too high, I can't work? Oh shit, no. No! Well, there goes the whole day. Fuck. Fuck. Wait. Does that say there's a... Oh, morale. Oh, God.
So, this is it. The last stretch. How are you doing?
Seems like we're just
I'm
gonna finish with this crew.
pretty excited. And anxious. I mean, you know, this is what I've been waiting for. Going back to Earth, being closer to Lena. We're so close. I need to focus.
You wanted to talk? Young Doctor.
You wanted to talk. Are you feeling better about your memories? Yeah, almost. I've been thinking about all this. The purpose of my life. I have to say it's not easy, even if you give it time. And there's one thing that could help me feel more grounded. My tattoo. Remember? First thing I noticed when I woke up. I'm really missing it. Do you think there's a way I could recreate it? Man, I'd love to get me a tattoo as well, but do you seriously
Your
think
little
I know how to
song,
do it? I mean, I'm useless at drawing. Besides, you don't really think we have the
storylines for
proper
each character.
equipment here.
Trying to get some things that they
Come on, Jan.
like.
You're
Man, there was
being
a few.
creative
There was some
about
character, I
a
think the
lot of
Shrink, that we
things
could
in
have got high together because
And
we
I'm
found our
sure some
bomb.
of us know how to draw.
Young Gap year.
It's
You wouldn't have
not
any
just
skills.
any
These are
tattoo.
people who were integral in skills.
It
Young
was
Gap
part
year
of my
probably ended up
identity,
being a bum.
and I feel incomplete without it. What
Now
was
it's all
it?
good, dude.
Sisyphus,
Good, good.
the Greek hero who rolled a stone up a hill over and over again. I can see why you identified with him. Being a medical aid worker in a hunger-stricken region must have been tough. I did identify with him, but for a different reason. You see, my life took the form of repetitive cycles too, just like his. For some time, I felt I was making a great effort rolling that stone up the hill, gaining ground in the everlasting race to become a better man, when suddenly, something would always happen to diminish all those efforts. Make me loathe myself again. Drop that stone back to the foot of the hill. Damn. You're haunted by the same insecurities as the rest of us. You say I should be proud of saving Mom's life.
He's the most different
What if I told you
from
there
all of
was
us.
nothing noble
The choice
about
that
what I
differentiates
did?
him from all of us was a lot further
What
back.
do you mean?
So it's interesting to see that
One
his
day,
accent
out of
or
the
his
blue,
voice just sounds a little
Dad just
different
appeared
from
in
the rest
my
of us.
office. I was a young doctor then, and we'd been estranged for years. Turned out Mom wasn't feeling well. And since there was a long waiting line to a specialist,
Yeah, he
he
broke his
thought
oath.
he could use my connections. Just like that. You know our parents couldn't afford private health insurance, and going through the public system would take ages. So, Father thought I could sweet talk a senior doctor or two. Seems like a sound request from the parents of a doctor. Yeah, but I didn't become a doctor to make my parents happy. I wanted to follow Edgar's suit. Be true to his ideals. He was the one who raised me. I was working for a community hospital, and I promised myself to be unbiased, never to put any patient before another, no matter how unwanted or self-destructive they were. But I broke that promise. I did exactly what I swore I'd never do. I failed them. And I failed myself. Are you out of your mind? You saved her life. How can you feel guilty for that? When someone ODs in front of you and you give them a shot of naloxone on time, that's when you saved their life. The doctors who treated her saved her life. All I did was go to dinners and play a few rounds of golf with people whose work ethic I despised. Of course, I was glad she lived, but still, I felt so weak, so worthless. Edgar never said anything, but he was disappointed with me, all right. That's why you went away to the other side of the world? To prove that you were strong? I was confused, and I wanted to feel free from any personal obligations, feelings, judgments. But I fell in love with the mayor's wife. She was the head of the charity organization I worked for.
I read that in his files.
Long story short, I ended up destroying a family and blowing up a respected charity, so there you have it.
Boom.
The walking ideal. Nobody's perfect, man. There's one thing you should never blame yourself for, and that's love. What good is a love that doesn't bring any good, Jan? Imagine carrying all that guilt inside of you just to learn that the only positive outcome of it all, Mom's life, ain't even true. Just give me my Sisyphus back, okay?
Well, damn, definitely gonna have to replay this game and make sure I get all the other different alters created, or try to get as many as I could, because I want to do all these other storylines. I feel like I'm missing entire chunks. John Dropshipper.
We're going back home soon. Any thoughts?
Dropshipping is crazy.
It's been a ride. And we're
We've
all
been out
headed
here
back
over
to the
2
place
months.
we were running away
Well, you
from.
like a month, so.
Every one of us for a different reason. At least that's what should be happening. We should all be going back.
What, Jan botanist? Are you the one stirring up the
So,
rebellion?
the doc wants me to recreate his missing tattoo, but you think you could help? It should portray the Greek hero Sisyphus. Oh, the one who rolled a rock up the hill incessantly. Not bad for a tattoo.
Gamley.
I'm not a professional artist, but I wasn't bad at art in school, so... or maybe the others have more
Alright. Who... You know what? That's it. Everyone. First of all, who's gonna play me beer pong? Damn, man. The technician was the only intermediate skill level. You know what, Doctor? Get over here. I'm about to whoop your ass. An hour of this will cure the sadness.
Well, next line. How? No way. Oh, please.
Ah!
Oh, please.
Yes, let's go.
Lucky.
Oh, I'm getting drunk. My aim's all over.
I got
I'm
this.
so good.
I got this. Nice one.
You bitch.
Looks like I'm
And we're
not
gonna
very
watch a
good,
new movie.
but I'll get better.
We only have one new one. Increase emotional boost to watching for the first time. One of two identical. These are really fun. Let's watch this. Yeah, let me go get my water and shit. Chris and Jack. Here, let me full screen it.
Freeze! Both of you! Trust me, Greg. You gotta take him out. No, it's me, man. Trust me, I'm the real me.
How can I tell?
Just ask me something that you know the real me would know.
What's your name? Your full name?
Peter Randolph Thompson.
Wait, your middle name's Randolph?
Yes. Okay, you gotta ask something that you would also know.
Right. Where did we first meet?
On the train, seat 7B. And then 2 stops later, we figured out that there was a bomb in car 6, right? And then we dismantled the bomb by figuring out that the conductor was embezzling money.
That could have been in my file. How old are you?
34.
Shoot, that could be in your file.
Do you mind? I'm sitting here too.
Okay.
Watch
How many
it.
fingers am I holding up behind my back?
Come on, that's not fair for either of us. Yeah, that's not helpful at all.
This is just really hard. I feel really put on the spot right now to come up with good questions. If you won the lottery, what would you spend it on?
Is that a conversation we had? It's not one that I remember.
No, but I feel like I'd have a good idea what you would say.
So it's just like a fresh hypothetical? I guess I'd buy a new house for my mom.
Ha! Caught you, fake Pete. I feel like you would say new Ferrari.
No, a Ferrari would depreciate in value too quickly. House for mom's a good answer. Thank you.
Don't help him. You should want me to catch him in a discrepancy.
That's just a bad question. That's not even.
This is where his
discrepancy. I
Hippocratic
don't wanna win by
goes.
cheating. I wanna
Doctors
win
can
because
play
I'd,
beer
prove
pong,
to
too.
you that I'm the real me. That's how I'd want to do it too. Yeah, makes sense, right? It is just like uncanny.
But technically, he
you have the. Did they do the
is
stain on
on
your jacket?
duty
Yeah.
on the clock.
Shut up, 2 Pete's. Quick, what's your favorite M&M
So,
color?
Red, blue.
Mine's green. What
I
is
guess
that?
drinking on the clock and getting drunk. That's,
Okay,
you
let's
know.
try this. We've worked together for years, right? So what are some of my weaknesses as a partner?
Or these are the same two
Quick
dudes in
problem
every
solving.
And some strengths?
video.
You're
There's other
very,
people involved
you're
too, but they're
very-
usually the only ones
you're
talking.
very, Just ask about a concrete thing, not like an opinion or future planning.
Sorry, it's a heavy piece of machinery. It just kind of tires my arm out.
Ask about a fact that you and I both know,
How many states are there in the United States of America?
and that everyone else would also immediately know.
This is really hard. I can't think of anything,
What a
okay?
fucking
Anyway,
idiot.
what if you ask me questions. Yeah, you ask me something that you think only I would know, and then you give your answer, and we see if they match.
Okay.
Yo,
treat
this
did we
Polish
share at the ambassador's
studio-
wedding? Don't remember. What's the entry code
They
to our
got a
safe
good
house?
sense of
No idea.
humor.
Okay. Well, so
Like,
now
I feel like they're
questioning if
really
you're
big
even the
fans
real
of like
Greg.
Adult
I'm
Swim.
the real Greg. I'm just a little bad at retaining trivia, I'm realizing right now.
This is
To our
really
safe
good.
house is not trivia, dude.
Yeah, but it's just still, I'm on the, you get it.
Wait, no, he's right. It's not. That's not trivia. He's not asking you that because he knows he can prove that he knows it. He's asking you that in hopes that you yourself will reveal it. Because that's the piece of information that his team is after. That's the imposter Pete. Oh, thank God. How'd you know?
Anyone who's worked with me for years would know I'd have an impossible task tracking that logic. I got lost immediately.
Oh, you haven't changed a bit, Greg.
Imposter! I have changed a bit. Went through that whole yoga phase, used to be a bit of a cusser. Cleaned that up. Wait, I only get one round of guessing? Doesn't seem fair.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bless you.
Joy! Joy! Much joy! Oh, fuck. Oh, hold on. So, what's going on? Oh, wait, no, I'm in the infirmary. Okay, it's 14 hours before they beat me to death in my sleep, so what's going on?
Are you okay? How could anyone be okay under these circumstances? The end feels inevitable.
Yeah, we've been
Where's
battling
this coming
depression
from?
more than anything in this game.
I know our odds. Maybe it's time to consider the easy way out.
What the fuck? Do you think you can design a tattoo?
So, the doc wants me to recreate his missing tattoo, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure
anyway,
how to
buddy,
go about
that
it.
sucks.
Think
Can
you
you
can
design a tattoo?
It should portray the Greek hero Sisyphus. You've come to the right man. I took an art course during my post-grad years. I think I should be able to come up with a professional composition. But of course, if you want to explore other options, I won't be offended. I thought you'd like to know that I ran into a completely new kind of anomaly. First thing that came to my mind was that it's some sort of a prism distortion. Really? What gave you that thought? Well, it behaved as if the reality around me suddenly split up.
I would try to
into many
make more
different
Jans, but I
fragments.
think because we're supposed to go find the technician
Why is it
one,
need to
that
bring it
we
Any
don't have enough room. I
observations
didn't
on
find any more
interaction?
qubit chips.
Well, it didn't
I guess
seem
I
to be
forgot to
anything
pick one
specific
up.
to me physically.
To pick the one I already picked up
radiation.
when I reloaded the save to
not
redo the
sure
last
why's
day
messing with my
before
brain.
we left the second act.
Felt as if I was in
So
several
yeah,
different
that's already days
places
away,
at once.
days ago now, and I'm not
And where you
reloading.
might have been. Huh? You mean? Remember how I told you that anomalies are places where our world intersects with the interworld? Well, what you're describing suggests a distortion in which it comes into contact with not one, but many proximity planes. Entering it is likely to evoke a sensation of being in several parallel realities at the same time. Calling it a prism is accurate, because it refracts your consciousness into many simultaneous states. Neat. Who needs altering, huh? Take it easy. It's just a sensation. You best not spend too much time inside them. Plus, I suppose it must make exploration very inconvenient. Can I destroy
Insanely.
them like the others?
Well, we already have.
Be possible. All right.
Don't ask that. We already have, you idiot.
Are you feeling
The
better?
game should have known that and been like,
It was
and explained
just
it
a
as like,
brief
hey, well, we
indisposition.
figured out a way how to do it. So
Happens
cool.
to the best of us. I'm glad you didn't make light of it, though. Happy to hear that. Now, let's make sure we survive, okay? Yes, let's get to work.
Did we just save ourselves from rebellion? You did, yes. Okay, we only have 3 hours until the radiation hits outside, so... You know what, fuck it. Okay. The thing is, like, where could the base be? Like, the tire tracks go this way, and it seems like it goes up. But at the same time, like, what's over here? Yeah, so instead of following the cables... Oh, the spider... Yo, bro. I was at the comic shop, as I am every week, grabbing my books. And I saw behind the counter, they had a Spider-Verse character, like a little action figure or whatever. And I noticed... the name of the movie was not, like, Across the Spider-Verse or whatever it was. It said Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. And I was like... wait, hold on. I thought the next one was going to be called Beyond the Spider-Verse or something, not Part 2. So I was thinking, I was like, you realize if you never make this movie, or something happens and this movie just takes forever, that Part 1's going to stand out so much. They're going to be like, what the fuck is Part 2? Like, it was just so weird. It's like, this is what happens when you leave your movie on that huge of a cliffhanger. You buffoons. Fucking, oh, it'll be out next year. And I remember distinctly when I saw that movie, because that was when those huge wildfires in Canada were blowing all the smoke down to the city, and the entire city looked like hell. And that was right when Diablo 4 dropped, so all the fucking advertisements was very timely. Very welcome to hell, Manhattan. Welcome to hell, Brooklyn. Like, yeah, it literally looks like hell. The sun is blood red. Fuck is... just trying to explore. I'm not trying to, like, do anything. Up to something in the airlock? Oh, God. Oh, look, more luggage. Fast holder.
Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, my man, you packed, like, a lot. You guys turned into Blade Runner for a week? I'm blanking on that. Ew, dirty water. Ew, more. There's some big ass open spaces over here. The other ones were like very tight and cavernous. Like it felt like you were stepping through the Grand Canyon on one of those like side paths or whatever. This shit. Oh, oh, oh. I'm faster than you, anomalies. Wait, no! No! Fuck. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna have to dodge those anomalies back up. Here, watch out! Ah, no, you're chasing me! The radiation's about to fucking start. Oh, God. Okay, so I've explored all of that. Where the fuck can this motherfucker be based up at? I've actually still not seen 2049. Yeah, I said it. I hadn't seen the original by the time it had came out, and I didn't want to jump into it without knowing the context. And then I finally saw it, and then I just never got a chance to see the second one. All right. You wanna beat me to death for that opinion? You wanna stone me in public? Do it. I'll take it. Whoa. It's crazy that you weren't meant to be like alive. We were gonna harvest your fucking brain to make a cure. In that case, we would have had an extra spot on the ship to create an actual working altar. You can't talk though, so what?
Hey, did you want to tell me something? Jan. Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Jan. You Jan.
Yeah, we're getting out of here, man. No. Jan.
You know, you learned a new word.
That's not what you're telling me? Jan. Oh. Did you just want to show me the view? Jan.
Yes, but I have seen Drive, which is the most literally me Ryan Gosling movie. Because you know what? Did you want to know something about that movie? He's playing me in that movie. Ryan Gosling's playing me in Drive. Okay? I saw it. I was there in a hotel room when Anna Kendrick got her fucking brain blown open with a shotgun and I had to kill those thugs. Okay? That was me. This, for identity purposes, I couldn't play myself in the movie, so they said we're going to cast the next best person. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like the diversity of this planet. I think I might even miss it. Jan? What's so funny? Look at us. Here we
Call
are,
him Jan
light years
Rasa.
away from home. And not a moment to stop and take in the wonders that surround us. Somewhere out there.
Also, the technician's such an idiot. When this planet finally falls close enough into the sun's orbit and gets torn apart, he would just die instantly. So, like, him running off is just so stupid.
It's gonna be
Jan Marley.
to see the earth with your eyes. For the very first time. With no prejudice. I almost envy you. Jan. Huh. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna see.
Calm me down a lot.
Too.
He taught me something. The joy of life. Wow. The man with a blank slate brain taught me something. Man, I wish I could have had the other ones teach me as much. Only the technician and Tabula Rasa in my subconscious taught me. Because while everyone here was created from a memory at some point of our lives where we were already like developed to some degree, he was created with a side memory from before we even were like, our consciousness was developed. So he literally was, he doesn't have any memories. He's blank. No awareness, but you know, his cortex lit up and his brain basically started activating. So that's how we fucking got here. Oh wait, we can create an alternate. Who should we create then? Hold on. We need to set it on the queue. It's a lot of refining to do. Alright, we need a lot more metals, a lot more minerals, a lot more organics. Which good thing we have the recycler, because every time we piss and shit, it collects it. Like in Death Stranding, where we can make grenades out of what's his face's piss, shit, and blood. But we do have enough rupidium. 70 in fact. So what do we want to create? A refiner? A miner? Well, that's only for metals. I feel like I'm gonna have to keep. I might do the shrink. Yeah. Do your thing. Go. You've been here for long enough. I'm probably gonna wrap this up anyway. Definitely gonna have to do multiple replays. But yep, I'll catch you. I'm gonna wrap up. So yeah, gonna go for the shrink.